Tayari kujenga chama chetu,
tuko tayari, tuko tayari kujenga chama chetu, tuko tayari kujenga nchi yetu, tuko tayari kujenga nchi yetu, tuko tayari kujenga Kenya yetu, tuko tayari kujenga Kenya yetu, tuko tayari.
Thank you.
Viva, viva, viva.
Viva.
But we also call on the government, including the president, to be genuine. Let this not be a PR, stand or a baraza of lectures. Let it not be a demoted by youth who are handpicked to clap and pose for photos. It should be a playground for political brokers. The stakes are too high. As we end, we call on the youth, activists, social media justice centers, youth in the left groups, youth leading political youth wings, youth in the slums, in the rurals, youth who are male or female, youth in the plateau, plains, hills, and beaches. We may be Christians or Muslims, born of peasants or professionals, but we are one people. We all salute the same flag, sing the same national anthem, and dreams are the same dreams. The young man in Kisumu wants what the girl in Kirinyaga wants: quality education, a dignified job, a clean environment, a just government, and a safe country, of course. We attend the same colleagues, buy in the same shops, use similar currency, and God knows our blood and aspirants are the same. Our skin shines chocolate, and why then can we sit and forgive a way forward of our government, of our country? When we finally sit down as a country, we speak to one another. Kenya will win. May the spirit of our forefathers who fought in the bushes to bring independence guide us as we forge a path forward. May the spirit of Jaramogi Odinga, Pio Gama, J.M. Kariuki, Pinto, Bilda Gagia, Wangari Maathai, Dedan Kimathi, Ramogi Ochieng Oneko guide us through as we desire a new Kenya. We congratulate Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga for always raising the occasion whenever the country calls upon him. Oh God of all creation, bless this our land and creation. Thank you.
ODM Youth League. ODM Youth League.
Haiwi bila sisi. Yes, as my colleagues have read the statement that we prepared jointly, that's a collective work of the ODM Youth League New Generation. As they have put it, we are going to go to the table on clean hands and we expect a lot, and as they quote it from our statement, that we're not expecting barazas and the PR stands. And we ask ourselves a tough question as young people within the ODM party, that are we going to be able to have the true face of the young people represented on this table, or on this table of conclave conversation? To the fourth state, we must agree that as we went to this table for conversation, we have had many conversations in the country, but we have never had any like this one for intergeneration. We have never had any like this one conclave. We have never had any like this one, where people drawn from different generations sitting together to reason together. We must agree that we have had many theoretical conversations in the country, but a number of them are collecting dust in the self. A number of them have not been implemented, including the historical one, the TGRC report, which is so dear to us. We're going to this the conclave conversation with a clear mind that we want it to be very practical conversation for our country, an implementable conversation for our country. But the most important thing that we must have as we go to this table, where we have agreed unanimously and collectively, that this conversation must have a time frame. Implementation must be within a time frame. We must agree that these young people here, a number of them are jobless. If the government of the day will delay, as they have been doing it even with our 10 points agenda, the memorandum that we signed with them on the NADCO, that if they fail to implement these, the outcomes, recommendations from the conclave conversation that we'll have, we will just do the doable that we have been doing. We'll pour and petition our case again to the street, to the young people of our country. We have petitioned our case to the state. It is time now to get solutions. It's now time now again to get a new Kenya. As I quote, as finish it up, just as they got a new French government or French country, they sat down. We Kenya, this is another chance to born a new country where we are all going to be included, and our generation will be counted in. Thank you.
Raila Odinga for coming up with the idea of the conclave. We have seen what has happened in the country. The youth went to the street, but it has not borne much fruit. We have seen that a lot of people are losing lives. You're far away from the microphone. Raila Odinga for coming up with the idea of the intergenerational conclave. I believe that this came after he saw that the youth went to the street. It first started as a noble idea because it's the right of every Kenyan to demonstrate whenever they feel that they do not get enough from the government. But then we saw that it was hijacked by goons and a lot of people have lost their lives. We have had female women being raped, and we've had a lot of business people going back to poverty because their businesses have been destroyed. So we embrace it fully, we embrace the conclave fully, and we call upon it to be acted upon immediately. And I also call upon our leaders to ensure that this conclave does not happen in boardrooms or in town halls and stuff. We need this dialogue to go right down to the youths in the grassroots. We want to go to West Pokot, we want to go to Garissa, we want to go to Kisii, we want to go into those slums in Kiambio, in Kibera, and listen to the youth. What do they really want from this government, and how are we going to ensure that the government is going to listen to our plight? I also call upon for us, female youth, to be included in this conclave. We shall have our own wing as the female youth, to have our ideas, to have our cries listened to. Yeah, so we call upon everyone to join us, and what I can say is that it cannot be about us without us. We have to be included in that table, and it has to go all through Kenya. We have to go deep into the counties and the villages, kila mahali. So I call upon the Right Honorable Raila Odinga and the President to ensure that this conclave starts immediately, and that whatever report that comes out of it is implemented very early before things boil out. Yeah.
I'll conclude now. Maybe we should. If you attach yourselves to negative people, you fall below to them or to their level. Today, I want to also support my party leader, Right Honorable Odinga, for being positive and bringing the intergenerational conclave. For us to have proper policies for our security apparatus, we must have intergenerational conclave. For us to have a proper healthcare, for us to have proper a functional education system where we don't lose money or we don't siphon money in terms of ghost schools, we must come as youth to sit down and have conversation about that. For us to ensure that we have medicine in hospitals. If government cannot produce that, we as youth, what are we doing? We must come together and have conversation around that. For us to do away with this shoot the leg, we must as youths come to do, or rather give good policies, what we think should be done by the government. That is why we as youths, we are calling for this dialogue, and we need it to be implemented immediately, and we are making a clear call to our young people. Come out, join us, let us have a conversation together, let us make Kenya great, let us go out, walk in all the parts of this country, let us have a conversation. It is possible. I can do it, you can do it, we can do it. I plead with all youths across the nation. We come we support this conclave because it is something that is going to bring fruit into this nation. If we want to play, or rather we want to listen to people who have negative ideas, we will not make a move as a country. The people who are going to suffer most are youth. Therefore, it is my plea that even as we sit here, I want to believe that we have a concept on how this thing should be done. And it is good that we have a leader who has given us an idea. Of course, it is youth that will spearhead this. I plead with young people, please come out. Let's join hands together. Let's fight this together. It is possible. Even if you don't want President Ruto to be in power, come, let us have a conversation around that. Because you cannot say, oh, we don't want this, yet you are out. Let's have a conversation. How do we go about it? We must come out together. We must do this. Intergenerational conclave must happen. We must do it. We can do it. And it's going to happen. We are putting our voice. Let this go to all youth across the nation, across the political divide, that we're calling upon all of you, irrespective of your party that you belong to. We are not siding. We are not saying that it must be done or rather we will force you by the rules of the party. No, it is a conversation. You can speak your mind. ODM is a liberal party. You've seen it is the only party where a leader can differ with the party leader and nothing happens to him because it's a liberal party. We are a democratic party. Let's come together. We put our voices, our minds together. We see how we can pitch for the future of our nation. Because I believe these young people have a plan. And if we don't bring or rather we don't join these our bright minds together, we're not going to do it. Please, it is the time. Now is the time. If we don't do this, we will regret. Kindly, young people, my fellow Gen Zs, all the millennials, let's come together. Let's have this dialogue. We find a solution for our nation. We find how we can stop this issue of ghost schools that siphons billions of money our way. We can stop this issue of security thing or shooting people if we come together. Thank you so much.
The MOU that was signed was between UDA and ODM. What we are calling for is a dialogue of the nation. What we are calling for is a dialogue between generations, between sectors, religious groups, between experts. What are our farmers saying? What are the kids in the slums saying? What are the kids in Turkana saying? What are the teachers saying? By the way, have we ever heard what about the police? Have you ever gone to where the police live? What are their stories? What are the stories of the media council? But what about Dr. Ruto? What is his side of the story? Can we help him? This is a generation of this nation. People everywhere. And that's why my party was saying, let it start from the grassroots. So the MOU is between UDA and ODM. We are ODM, but we are also Gen Zs. I want to tell you the truth. I was born in 1997. I might not look Gen Z because this country is so hard on me. But I am Gen Z. Technically, I'm Gen Z. I was born in 1997, November. But what I want to tell you is that in that MOU, there was a 10-point agenda. But this is more than what was signed then. So what we are saying, and as my brother has put it, let all the generations embrace this. Let it be known that what did we achieve? Of course, we went to the streets. I was there. I've been in all the streets, even including the Sabasaba that was not so much embraced with the people in my circle. But what I'm saying is that we've been in the streets. We touched into the parliament. But what did we achieve? What will we say 30 years to come? What did we achieve as a generation? The people in 1963 will say they achieved their independence. And today we fly our own flag. We have a black president. The people in 1980s will say we have multipartyism, and today we have ODM and UDA and Jubilee, and now we celebrate multipartyism. The people in the 2000s, early 2000s, will say we fought, and that's what my SG was saying, Honorable Sifuna. He fought in the streets, they removed the Nyayo regime, and they got a new constitution. Oh, what did we do in the year 2025? What have we achieved? And that's why we are saying in the next 30 years, let us be accountable to the next generation. Let us pass a torch, a clear torch, that this is what we did. We gave them free education. That is one of the key. Actually, we have a concept for the conclave. We will want education discussed there, police reforms discussed there, devolution discussed there, and the future of the nation. Thank you, Vincent Afand.
Well then,
Yes. That's what I said, that here we have Gen Zs who are experts, and we sat down and we developed a concept. The criteria, as proposed by us, is that we go to our polling stations and to our wards. People in the wards know each other. They can sit down in a baraza somewhere and elect a presiding officer somewhere, a secretary somewhere. Then they will write their issues from the ward and in the slums and in the deserts. After that, the issues from the polling stations will be picked. There will be delegates from the polling station to the ward, 10 per polling station. Then they will have a ward conclave, mini conclaves in the ward. The ward will elect delegates from the ward to the county. Then we'll have mini conclaves at the county level. Then after that, we'll have also generational mini conclaves. We will need a Gen Z conclave, mini conclave. We will need a Gen Alpha mini conclave. We will need religious groups mini conclave. We will need, the media have also been complaining that they have been beaten in the streets. We will need a media mini conclave. We will need every other person, even the people in government, even the police will have their mini conclave of reforms they want of a new Kenya. Then after that, we will have a major conclave. That's what we are doing. Maybe we'll go to Bomas, or we'll find KICC, or anywhere. Then all these mini conclaves will bring their resolutions to the table.
so who will be presiding that?
That is what we proposed here, that the media can do it. Media is a neutral ground. We have, as political parties, we have a center that unites us. It's called the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, can do that. We can find somewhere from international people, they can help us do it. We need a neutral ground. This thing cannot be done at State House, of course, that is a home ground to President Ruto. This thing cannot be done in our institutions of higher learning, that is the home ground to the students. We will need a neutral ground and a neutral referee and a neutral mediator. That is as per our concept.
Last question, what's your time frame? You've said you're going to have a time frame. What's the exact time frame?
We will need to present this proposal to all the major stakeholders, and we will need to present this proposal first to the people at the grassroots and to the slums. Do you accept this proposal? Then we will also need to present it to the government. Do you accept this proposal? Then we will also need to present it to the person who proposed it, the Prime Minister. What do you think about this proposal? Then we will spearhead this for the knowledge, the civic education. Then we will find a mediator who will now guide us from there.
My
name is Daniel
from K24. My question to you is, you as a youth league board member, what is your...
You want to answer that? Let me give my brother to answer that.
To him, though. I'll start with the second question. In our Constitution 2010, we don't have opposition. We have the minorities and the majorities. And ODM doing that since the 2010 Constitution, we have been the minority side of government in the parliament. People have presumed, and Kenyans have stuck to the old Constitution, that we have the opposition. We must agree that we are having institutions that need to check each other. The executive need to be checked by the legislature. So that's a question that I think we need to strengthen our institutions. The legislature need to be active, very independent, and without influence from State House or the executive arm of government. Number two, ODM as a party has remained a pro-people since its interception in 2005 to date. And you'll agree with me, that's why many Kenyans identify with this political party. We will remain the defenders of the people of Kenya, and even beyond the borders of this country, because we have Kenyans in the diaspora as well. So we have the voice of the reason. We are the voice of those who are voiceless, those who can get opportunity. to address the matters and issues affecting them direct. So we, ODM party, we are still a pro-people party. We are just a minority in the parliament, both the parliament. But we have institutions that need to check each other. We need to check, and Kenyans need to live with that fact that we don't have opposition in this country with our new constitution. We have presidential system of government. To the second question on the dissenting voices within our political party, my brother touched on it, and he said it very clearly, that the D in ODM means democracy. We are a very democratic party. We welcome all diverging voices within our political rank. That's what has been holding us together. And that's why ODM has very great, strong fabrics holding it together. Those dissenting voices have always remained. They have been there before. But again, you must agree with me that SG Sifuna is not dissenting. He's giving a clear position of the party. SG Sifuna is not dissenting or disagreeing with the party leader or any other leadership of the party. He's giving a clear identification of this political party. We identify with that. We are sitting here. Number two on the same. SG Sifuna is the other day, he gave a clear direction. We as ODM party, we are going to have a presidential candidate come 2027. As a political party, we are not working with you. We are not going to support another political party. Yet you are building a political party at ODM.
He's being identified as a rebel in the party. So are you identifying also with Sifuna as the rebel in ODM?
I think I've said that, my brother. Sifuna is not rebelling. Nobody's identifying with him as a rebel. He's the spokesman of the party. He's the one. He's the official spokesman of the party. So the position that he gives the truth and the position of the party.
Maybe also, one just final. To add on that, I think yesterday the Right Honorable Raila Odinga also, he also clarified on that and said that Sifuna is the SG of ODM. And he's the patron, and he said that whatever Sifuna is saying is right, and it is his right to say whatever that he has. So whoever is calling him a rebel is calling him as at a personal level, not as the party, because his Honorable Raila already clarified on that. So Sifuna is not a rebel.
He's contradicting himself when the party leader says that he's going to support President Ruto until 2027 elections. Here you are saying you are going to be the presidential candidate, but you will not contradict.
Okay. But he says that he will support him until 2027. He's not supporting him to become the president. He's supporting him to work for him.
Party leader did not say he will support William Ruto in 2027 elections. He said he is supporting him up to 2027, but not elections. Not elections. Elections, no. He was very clear about that.
My name is Daniel.
Are you in the government or no?
You're not in the government.
Where is the government? What is in the government?
This is what is happening.
Which government?
Can you go on the government?
SG of the party is the one who do speak on behalf of the party. And SG did say very well that what makes people believe that ODM is in the government is the arrangement that was made. And in fact, he's calling it arrangement, not a government. There is no any signed memorandum or document that shows that ODM is in government. And whenever that happens, of course, we are a very, very open party. We do make our things clear. Ungeshaona kwa media.
Why should hey, excuse me. My name is Daniel Sare. Why should the tribeless and leaderless youth join whatever that you're doing?
Daniel, thank you very much. As they said, I think I can respond to that on the tribeless and leaderless. My brother will agree with me that today, after the 25th June last year, many youth-led organizations have been formed before that time. You'll agree with me again that the most recent one was even happened in our political party, ODM, when we had the young ladies who joined our political party, ODM. My brother will agree with me again that these are rallying calls that we have been having and campaigning on, we as ODM New Generation Youth League leaders, that young people need to join and identify themselves with these political parties. This is where the policies that run the country are being formed and being made. The policies running this country today were formed and made by the Kenya Kwanza Coalition and the UDA. We are telling these young people today that for them to influence the policy that run the country, they must identify with a political party. And possibly ODM is going to form the government of 2027 and beyond. They need to identify with ODM party and join it. And influence the policies of that ODM, of this party, ODM, on how to run the country.
I think we are, our issue today was about the international conclave.
You are done.
And
it's good.
yes,
the point is at home.
I think the
question.
Okay.
I'm Calvin. Was asking about now. You see, there's a cry of education link.